There was once an old school that was famous throughout the area for one terrifying reason. People said that strange voices echoed through its corridors at night. Some claimed they had seen shadows moving inside empty classrooms. Others swore that lights turned on by themselves long after midnight. But for the students, all of it was nothing more than rumors. 5 close friends from the same school often joked about those stories. They believed fear existed only in people's minds. One evening, they made a reckless plan. "Let's go to the school at night." One of them laughed. "We'll walk around and prove there's nothing scary there." Without thinking about the consequences, they agreed. At around 8 p.m., just after sunset, the 5 friends reached the school building. Cold winter winds blew sharply through the empty grounds, sending chills through their bodies. Still laughing nervously, they climbed over the short boundary wall and entered the school campus. The playground lay silent. Not a single sound. They crossed it slowly and reached the main building. The doors were unlocked, something that already felt wrong. As soon as they stepped inside, one of them switched on the lights of the first floor. The hallway lit up. Dust floated in the air. Broken notice boards hung loosely from the walls. They walked around, joking, mocking the stories. "See, nothing here," one of them said confidently. Just then, crash! A loud sound echoed from the second floor. It sounded like a chair being thrown violently across a classroom. All 5 froze. Their laughter disappeared instantly. With shaking hands, they slowly climbed the stairs toward the second floor. Each step echoed unnaturally loud. They turned on the lights upstairs. Everything looked normal. Benches were in place. Classrooms were empty. They searched for the fallen chair, but there was nothing. As they stood confused, trying to understand where the sound came from, one classroom window suddenly slammed open, then shut, then opened again. The window kept banging violently, as if something invisible was forcing it. The sound grew louder, angrier. Panic spread among them. Without saying a word, all 5 turned and ran back toward the stairs. They rushed down to the first floor, breathing heavily. Their hearts were pounding so loudly, it felt like the walls could hear them. As they reached the hallway, one of the boys slowly turned his head toward the playground outside. What he saw made his blood run cold. The swing in the playground was moving back and forth. Not slowly. Crick. Crick. It looked exactly like someone was sitting on it, but the playground was completely empty. There was no wind. The trees were still, yet the swing continued to move. Its own fear paralyzed them. One of the girls whispered, This isn't possible." Suddenly, the lights inside the building began to flicker. On, off, on, off. The temperature dropped sharply, turning their breath into mist. They knew they had to escape. There was only one way out. The same wall they had climbed earlier. They sprinted toward it, hearing footsteps behind them. But when they looked back, there was nothing. One by one, they jumped over the wall. As the last friend was climbing, all 5 screamed at once. A sharp, burning pain sliced through their hands. It felt as if long nails had pierced their skin straight through. They fell to the ground outside the school, crying in pain. Deep claw-like cuts appeared across each of their palms. No blood fell. The wounds were dark, almost black. Terrified, they ran all the way home without looking back. That night, none of them slept. By morning, all 5 developed a high fever. For an entire week, they remained sick. Doctors found no infection, no explanation. Slowly, the fever faded, Their bodies recovered, but the cuts on their hands never healed. The marks remained deep, permanent scars, like fingerprints burned into their skin. Weeks later, when the fear finally began to fade, one of them decided to return to the school in daylight. He wanted answers. He wanted to believe it was all imagination, but when he visited the school office, an old guard recognized the scars on his hand. The man went pale. That in a trembling voice, he told them the truth. Years ago, a teacher had locked several students inside a classroom as punishment late at night. A fire broke out. The children screamed. No one came. Their bodies were found near the windows, claw marks carved deep into the walls. Since that night, anyone who entered the school after dark was marked. The scars, the guard whispered, are proof that the children tried to grab you, so you would never forget them. From that day onward, none of the 5 ever went near that school again. But even today, at night, when the wind is silent, people passing by swear they hear children laughing, chairs falling, and a swing moving on its own, waiting for the next ones who think it's only a joke.